Hello. Hi, everybody. We are welcoming everyone tonight. We are excited. It is Black History Month. And what better way than celebrate Black History Month than to celebrate our people in the community? So, this, we got a couple of people coming throughout the week that we're going to celebrate. We want to celebrate with them because they are doing some amazing things out here in the community. And tonight, guys, I am super excited about our guest that has joined Ladies in Film and Television tonight to talk to us. This is my girl, y'all. So y'all probably gonna have to excuse us in advance. I am telling y'all now. Because I love her because she's just as crazy as I am. So it's gonna be really crazy tonight, y'all. Tonight we have none other than the celebrity chef herself, Chef Fee. Y'all reading this now? I'm gonna share her little ticker. Chef Fee, let me tell y'all, she is the owner of OMG Cakes. And y'all, let me tell you something. Before I realized that her business was named OMG, I went to an event. This is a true story with Dr. Katrina, and I went to the little bar area where she had it all cute, and it was some desserts there. It was I think it was a Nana. If I get it wrong, she gonna correct me, but I think it was Nana pudding or something to that name. Baby, the first thing I said was, "Oh my God!" And I don't know why she named her business OMG, but the first thing that came out your mouth when you taste her food is OMG. This is good, y'all. Celebrity Chef Fee, and y'all gonna find out why we call her Celebrity Chef. But not only is she a celebrity chef, she's a wife. She's a fashion model. She's the owner of OMG Cakes and Southern Best Catering, and she's also a published author. So, without further ado, I want to welcome our guest, our sister, to the stage with me, y'all, Chef Fee. Give it up, y'all. Hi, Fee.
Hey, how you doing?
Looking beautiful as ever. How are
Thank you.
you?
Thank you. I'm good. Try to get right for you.
Well, you did that, girl. But you always right. You always be right.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God. So I am so excited that you have joined us tonight. And as I said before, we brought you on stage, is that the whole goal of this, with you and the other guests that are going to be coming throughout the month, the rest of the month, is to celebrate our Black history. What better way to celebrate Black history than to celebrate with, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love our ancestors. I thank
Right.
God for our ancestors. But what better way than to celebrate people that are living? And I'm a true believer in giving you your flowers while you
Right.
yet live. And I watch you, okay? Before I ever met you, I was watching you on Facebook. And I'm like, this lady always, where she get all this energy? She's running over here to donate over here. She's running over here to do this. And everywhere, just everywhere. So tell us tonight, who is this Chef Fee?
Chef B is a young lady who was judged in the beginning, a young person who, I was that child that was judged as somebody that will never amount to anything. I was an abused child. My innocence was taken at a tender age of 8.
Oh no.
And throughout the years, I was bullied and everything. But to actually grow up and grow out meaning I had a gift within, and my gift was in the kitchen. And that's where, as a young person, we would actually go to Mississippi for visits. You know how you have your summer vacation? Most kids
Yeah.
would go to Disney World and stuff like that. We go to the country where people are cooking and we're learning about food. We out there shelling peas, shucking corn, and doing things that other kids won't do. Sitting out there, I remember a swing being out there. It was a place of peace. So one thing I used to watch is my aunt cooking, and for my mom would cook as well, and she cooked Sunday, everyday dinner by 6 o'clock. We were eating at the table. We weren't in our rooms. We were together as a family, eating at the table. So I found peace in the kitchen, being around, watching my mom, and then watching my aunt in the summertime. I was exposed to nothing but country food, country living, the smell of a cooked breakfast in the morning. Oh my God, that's some history by itself. That good old fashioned meal, breakfast,
Yes.
sitting on the back porch, getting that cool air, not just contaminated air, but that cool breeze of the country. That country breeze going through the grits and the eggs freshly prepared for you. So I was just that kid that was I don't even know how you say it. They just didn't know the gift that was in me. So
Mm.
now as an adult, and then having ADHD as an adult, being that individual that actually I can express through food and create through food and desserts. That's who I am. I am food. I'm about food. Food for the heart, food for the mind, food for the spirit, food for the soul. I'm about food.
Wow. And you are definitely about that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, who motivates you? I mean, it sounds like you said your aunt. Well, was it more than her? Um,
My aunt, being the matriarch of the family, she was the one who taught my mom how to cook.
oh.
So when you learn from the best. She was a little bit shysty as we grew up because she always wanted people to depend on her and her recipes. Because what was really cute about it is we had did a family cookbook for a family reunion. I remember one time, and there was a recipe she put in the book. And what was really funny is when she put the recipe in the book, my cousin called and she was like, every time I make this cake, it don't turn out right. So I went through and looked at the cake. My aunt missed two things. It's two things she didn't put in.
On purpose.
So I figured out what it was. I was like, this why it ain't working, because she didn't put that in there. So when she actually changed the thing that was missing, which was the baking soda and the distilled vinegar, that's what breaks for red velvet cake. If you don't
Oh,
put that in red dye, you got a bitter, musty taste of red dye. But once she put those two things, key components in, she had that cake that was supposed to be that family recipe. But my aunt always wanted us to be able to come back to her.
mm. Well, she wanted y'all to, don't,
Hey,
I'm
look, I be telling them, don't take that stuff to the grave.
that is so true. That is so true. You got to pass those recipes down for real. Yeah, but oh my God. Well, I ain't one being that shysty. Y'all be
Yeah, they don't want you. I had to learn. That's why my tea cakes are where they are, because it took me about 5 tries before I got that tea cake. And today the matriarch of the family says, make me some tea cakes. When I go see her, it's always a tea cakes. I think it's a buttermilk pie. It's something else she gets me to make for her. And I'm like, what?
mm.
You were the one who made it for me as a kid, but now I'm making it for the elders.
Hey, that means them skills is they are approved. The seal of approval, baby. Ain't it
Seal of
say
approval.
you got that? Question.
Yeah.
I spoke about it before you came on because it's a true story. I saw you everywhere, everywhere. You love giving back to the community. And you don't seem like you get tired. What drives you, Chef Fee, to give?
What it has to be honest about it, some people get driven by the attention. A lot of
Mhm.
times y'all don't see where I go. You don't see, they'll take a picture, but you don't see me doing a lot of pictures and posts a lot of times, but they will tag me, post and all that. It's because it's in my heart to give to people who can't do for themselves. And
Yeah.
sometimes you don't even know their situation as to why they're in the streets or why they're unsheltered or what the situation may be. But then you hear stories about people not having a meal. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny. Folks that y'all see on the corner sometimes are working a job
Mm.
because they on the corner, because I've given food and they like, one guy was like, I'm not going to eat this. I'm going to throw it away. But on your paper, it said you hungry. So I actually target areas like parks that people are going to, different areas where it's a cluster of people that you're going to tackle a stomach that really, really wants to get fed. So
Mm.
the drive within me, and I always say, I've asked years ago when I actually started giving, I said, Lord, let my cupboard stay full so I can
Mm.
always be able to give to somebody else. Let it be overflow. And I promise you, that thing's so overflowed, I don't have room enough to walk. And when things start happening where you purchase extra. When I do a job for somebody, I always cook extra. And folks didn't even know. I wouldn't even give people that were on the that just say the unsheltered. I wouldn't give them food that was left over that I done scraped out of a pan I was serving y'all. That's food, the
Mm.
extra food that I was cooking. There
Mm.
wasn't leftover stuff. I had intention of cooking more. Well,
Yeah.
that's why I gave them. I had cooked extra filet mignon for a project just so I can have it. Guess what? They had like three. It should have been 3 or 4 Sundays ago. They had a soup with filet mignon in there. But
What? That's what I'm talking about. That's why you are so blessed because of that. That is why you are so blessed. And you are so right. Giving is, if you're giving just to be seen, you're gonna get burnt out. But when you give from the heart, sometimes you be mad at yourself because I'm like you, and I be like, I'm tired. I'm you know what? I'm not. Somebody next thing you know, I'm right back there because it's from
man,
your heart. It's from your heart.
you got to give from your heart, and that's why when I started the project that I'm doing with one of the organizations in Fort Worth, I started. I just came up and said, I got some buckets. I got some 5 gallon buckets. I got a bunch of 5 gallon buckets. It was a project where I put the soup or whatever I put in the bucket. And once I started doing it, I was like, I'm going to do 2 buckets. Some
Mm,
days I would do 3 buckets. So it was my goal to minimum do 10 gallons of soup a week on Sundays when they go out and feed for 4 work, 5 loaves, and 2 fish. That's what I wanted to do. So
mm.
provisions are always made for something to be in their bucket.
That's
So I
beautiful.
don't ask nobody for nothing. I keep pasta. I keep this, but she even gave me noodles, and I made turkey noodle soup. No, yeah, turkey noodle soup because I had some turkey left that I put in the freezer that I either smoked or I roasted.
Wow. I saw that suit. I be stalking your page. I say, look at that suit.
Gourmet.
Gourmet. Man, you know what? And that's a beautiful thing because when you're able to provide for people and you're giving them your best, that says a lot about you. Seriously. Because
Right.
some people are just skim, make some ground beef or, throw a little stuff. But I could tell you put your whole heart into
Every
what you do.
fiber of my being, my taste buds, whatever I give to my celebrity clients, my NFL players, I put that same love and flavor into those soups. Now I got the nickname out there at the park. They call me the soup whisperer.
Oh, the soup whisperer. Okay. That's
Yeah.
cute. Come through with the 5 gallons. Well, see, now I brought up celebrity. I know why you call celebrity, but why? How did you get the title celebrity chef? And this is the question that I have. I'm not going to ask you who is your favorite celebrity because I don't know if somebody be watching, then you be in trouble. I don't want to get you in trouble, but I'm gonna twist this question. Who is or was the funniest, the funniest celebrity that you worked with? And I like to laugh, so I just want to know who's the one you cut up because you can cut up. Who is the funniest one that you work with? Just that.
I'm gonna say the funniest celebrity is one of my NFL players, and that's Trayvon Diggs. Number
Really? You
number
feel like you
7
see
for the
something,
Cowboys. I gotta throw that name out there. It's when I started working for him, I met him. My cousin actually got me in with Jalen Smith, who was former Cowboy, and she actually was she's Jalen's secretary. I mean his assistant. So one day when Trayvon was a rookie, she said, "You need to experience Mama Fee. They call me Mama Fee. Jalen gave me the nickname Mama Fee. So she said, you need to experience Mama Fee. It's time for you to experience Mama Fee. He called me one time. And that one time he had the food, their words, I'm learning this new youth lingo. It's fire. F-I-Y-A, fire.
Yes.
So his experience with me was, I would tell them, once you get a chef to come over and you're paying them hourly, and I drive an hour to get there, you want to utilize them in that time they're there. You better have me cooking everything you think you want. So Trayvon would always get the same meals every time he called, every once in a while. And that was lamb chops, lobster, salmon, potatoes, and broccoli. I started him on that, and he wanted it all the time. Even when he became who he is today, all those interceptions, he had a phone call made to me and said, Mama Fee, Trayvon wants you to come Monday through Thursday. I'm on the phone like this.
What?
Because I was coming every once in a while with all of them. But to have somebody say Monday through Thursday, and what they said was he wants you to cook for him for 4 o'clock lunch and 8 o'clock. I started thinking, I was like, hold up. I was on the phone just like this, hold up. Now, I live in Fort Worth. And I said it just like this on phone. I don't think I'm going to be driving back and forth an hour back and forth, the hour there and an hour back, twice a day. No, let's do this like this. Let me go and cook 2 meals, and I stage it for you. They were laughing so hard. So every time he would do an interception, I would say, leap. I call him little lammy lamb. And he just bust out laughing. I say, that's them lamb chops. Because lamb be jumping around and stuff. And I said, that's them lamb chops got you leaping up in the air. So he just bust out laughing. And it was always, he was always funny and clowning. And when he wanted something, I'd be like, what do you want to eat? And he'd be like this. He's like, I don't know what I want. And I know what he wants, so I pull it. It'd be lamb chops all the time.
So that's his favorite meal is lamb chops.
Lamb chops, potatoes, broccolini, salmon, and lobster. You got them.
And that's it. Where?
Chocolate chip cookies. You got them.
Wow. And when I saw, I said, is she working with Trayvon? I love me some Cowboys. Okay, I love me some Cowboys, and that's my mama's favorite. She don't call him Trayvon though. She done made up him a whole new name.
It's Trey. What you call him?
Girl, she called him some. I can't even think she messes up Trayvon's name.
Find out so I can tell him when I see him.
I'm gonna let you know what mama called him because, honey, I say, Mom, that ain't his name.
Yeah, and it's good to have, you got those ones that are funnier than others, but his it's hilarious. Every time I go, it's always some shenanigans up in there, especially with meals. And I try to get them exposed to different things, food wise. And now he's getting involved with more community service. So it's always a blessing to see that. So all of my NFL players are my babies. They're my sons. They call me Mama Fee. Their families call me Mama Fee, and it's a great experience. So I got a lot of shenanigans, and the boys, the ones from Canada sing to me. They used to sing to me when I cook for them. What? So My Girl is one of the songs they sang when I used to feed them when they were coming out here. So I got 360 sons in Canada.
Okay, and I can see why they be singing, cause honey, my feet be tapping when I be eating, so I totally get it. Okay,
yeah.
And I know for a fact, cause I did not eat that salmon, however y'all say. I didn't like it. I went to another event and you cooked, and I was like, I'm gonna get chicken breast. And when they brought out that stuff, I said, wait a minute, let me try that. And man, I'm gonna have to get you to cook me some of that.
I'm always cooking.
What advice would you give someone that is afraid, because you've tapped into your gift and your gift is making room? You tapped into it. What advice would you give someone that's afraid to tap into their vision and talent? Now, we all have them, but what advice would you give someone that's just like afraid? And I noticed since the pandemic, and they're talking about the job shortages, and everybody had to be off work. People start using their talents to make them some money because we was trying to wait on that all of that unemployment, which was taking forever. So it was people that was working 9 to 5s ended up using those talents that they just tinker around with and was making money, and a lot of them haven't gone back to work. So for those that are may have be straddling the fence with a talent, what advice would you give them?
I would always say to people is don't let your past, because a lot of people are afraid of their past. A lot of people would like when I started my business, the first thing they were like, oh, don't quit your job because people fail. If you got to be subject to what your folks and your family and your friends say, you'll never do anything. So I always revert back to the one talent, two talent, and the five talent servants. That one talent servant was the scared one and buried their talent. So that one in the biblical was that wicked servant. So the two talent, you could be working your job, can work a job at home, and you could be doing your talent. So I call you the two talent. The five talent, you ain't working for everybody. You are working for yourself, and you working every gift and calling. And God ain't repenting for nothing He gave us. So I stay focused on the blessing that I have, and can't nobody tell me who I am. They tried to say I never amount to anything, but I got a little bit of more amount because I got my sanity every day. I push for my sanity. I fight for my sanity every day. But you got to believe in yourself. Who can say, everybody will say, oh, she got a small business. Who can say I made history? Who can say, and I'm trying not to cry. In 2017, I
It's
did a
okay.
taste testing. I did a taste testing along with other catering companies that actually they wanted to use a black owned business. Yes, I said it. A black owned business to do the NAACP Freedom Fund Banquet. Baby, who do you think that small business was that took a 36-year business that was not black owned? I was the first black owned business owner to take that catering job from the catering company that did it for 36 years. They
Wow.
were not of African American persuasion. I made history. I was the first one, and I served Maxine Waters.
I remember that.
Who I was because of Dr. Trina.
Yes, yes,
Who
yes.
say
And
that?
see,
You
that's history.
history.
Yes, it is.
If I had listened to family and
Mm.
the naysayers, I never would have stepped out to take that tasting and go and wow those older women that were on the committee to make them say, yes, I'm going to use your company. And they used my company. And after it was over, Dr. Trina staged me and stuff out there by the limousine. She didn't talk to Maxine Waters, didn't talk to nobody. Councilwoman Maxine Waters, let me give her title. She didn't talk to nobody, didn't want to talk to nobody. But when they said chef, she walked over to me, grabbed me by my face and said, baby, you did that.
Wow. Wow.
History.
Yes, ma'am. History. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's the whole focus is to and let's talk about our history. And it is not bragging. You ain't bragging when you telling the truth.
Truth.
The truth.
Truth. Truth
Yes,
is
ma'am. Wow. 36 years
they
somebody was doing
and
this.
they were in the NAACP. They paid their money like everybody else. And nobody now they did stop them because they were like, you gonna use this building, you gotta use the in-house. At least we made it one time.
Wow.
And I'm claiming that somebody gonna get a building that's gonna hold over 1,000 people, and then they ain't gotta go back there, but they're presently going there because that's the only facility that can house the amount of people for that
People that they
actual
have.
banquet.
Wow. But that's okay. You made your history, and trust me, they thinking about you. Every event. Where is she? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I you have a lot of people that I'm not gonna say a lot. I don't know how many, but I'm looking and I'm seeing a lot of women of power, women that really back you and just really support you. But who, and it may be several, but who do you feel just really push you to be that better version of yourself? And it's so good to have that sisterhood where somebody would just, because I'm like, I just, I don't see my gifts. I can see your gifts. I can see everybody else's gifts. But I was like, mine, but it takes people to push me. And I'm grateful for that. Who is that person or people for you?
Ooh, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't care how much we fight Dr. Katrina Pullum, Lord Jesus. There's always been some shenanigans with us. We haven't taken pictures since we lost weight together. We haven't had no shenanigans since we've been smaller, 100 pounds smaller, all of us. But if people knew us back in the day from us walking around, she began, you know, Dr. Trina get you in trouble. She had you backstage of places you ain't supposed to be. I'm like, where you going? You ain't gonna have me looking like no fool. They're putting us out. She never got us to places where we were running out. But like I say, she was the reason when we went to the Congressional Black Caucus in 2017. She's the reason why Maxine Waters was actually aware that I was going to be her caterer. We made her
Mm.
aware because Dr. like Maxine Waters. You already know how Maxine Waters. And I'm like, Doc, you had us all backstage. And she came past, and I love that story because you got people that you can fight with all the time that you really call sisters. It's never been on the level of, you know, she was like a boss to me. We were both business women, but
Yes.
it's like she would see gifts in you and she'd actually push you to that level if you wanted to go there. You
Right.
that's just like a vampire. They can't come in your house and unless you let them in. If you let them across your threshold, that's when they can do something to you. Either they can do good or harm or whatever. But
Exactly.
I had to open my heart to people because I ain't like folks like that to let them in because people can pray for you, pray, or they can pray on you.
Mm.
So she was never the type of person that would actually pray on me. If I didn't want to do something, she already knew I say I ain't. She already knows me. So in sisterhood, you can fight, you can rebel, but you always have to have that person that's going to be that sounding board for you, or that
Yes.
individual that can see your gift and help. Like it's like connect the dots, to connect that dot. And once you connect the dot and you get in the position in place, you get that boldness for yourself. Because I'm bold at first. You know, I'll be telling her I'm the oldest. She'll tell you all the time I say that. I'm older. So it's only so much you're going to talk noise to me. But when you got people that actually and cheer for you at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
now, some people will push you over the edge mentally and physically, but then other ones are push you back, way back. That's like cheering you on, saying,
Right.
"Oh, you got this. Yeah, we going here." And I'm like, I ain't gonna be going all the way out here, but we do stuff, and it's a blessing to be, to have somebody right on your side, right walking with you, not always walking before you, but I was gladiator, helping and security for her and stuff like that. I'm like. But you just have to have good people. And she has been
That's
a good,
right.
I'm being honest, she has been a good sounding board. She has been a good cheerleader. She has been a good sister, a good pusher, pushing you into your promise.
Yes. Yes. Trust me, do I know?
You be
Yes.
like, Doc, ugh. But
Yes.
she knows,
Yes. But
she bold.
yes, she is. Yes, she is. And but like you say, you said you hit something. If she see it in you and if you want, she's not gonna force you to do anything. And after she see that you ain't gonna do it, you cut.
Yeah, because it's a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
don't waste her time. And then when you get to a position where you can walk on your own, focus for yourself, that boldness rise up in you, then she can go on to the next.
Yeah.
Now she stays busy. I ain't had to bother her in a long time. And she be like, "Sis," and she don't bother. She see me lighting up on Facebook. Sometimes she be like, "Sis," I'm like, "Don't start. You know I'm old. I'm about to be 53." And I do that. Cutting up.
Yes. Oh my God. But you know what? Um, it's good again to have sisters, women out here that are not hating and like you say, that are not out here just to drain you to see what you got and then they gone about their business. but it's good to have somebody that really got your back, that really want to see you succeed.
Right.
And that's important, you know. Anybody out here in the audience, I see some people on. If y'all got any questions for Fee, please tap those in. Um, she's an open book, y'all. I'm telling you, don't you could ask almost anything to her. She gonna you best be careful what you ask.
I'm scared.
She ain't scared. But I just had to throw that out there in case somebody had any questions that they want to ask. But I want to say it is good to have women in your corner that really support you and that really want to see you succeed. And for me as well, Dr. Katrina is a blessing in my life as well because she will push you and she will put you in situations and you like, what? I gotta do what? What? So I totally get it. I totally understand. I just want to ask you, last but not least, I got your Instagram up here, but how else can we contact you if anybody's interested in services? What is the best way to reach out and contact you, and how do we contact you other than Instagram? Because I do have your Instagram up there.
Well, it's www.cheff. Wait, yeah, say www.cheffeeguimont.com. That's cheffeeguimont.com. I always tell people just go on there. They're trying to get it to where I'm getting communication. My phone number should be on there. You see my truck roller. Snowball is back on the road as of tonight.
Yay,
Oh,
good.
Lord Jesus. One more thing. I was like, one more thing again, because she's rap. You'll see on the streets, but my number's always 214-335-2841. I'm always textable and reachable. Now, I'm not saying do it at midnight. But I'm saying I am reachable through Facebook. It's Felicia A. Guimont or OMG Cakes and Southern Best Catering. That's how you find me. I'm accessible. I'm an open book. I share information. And I do virtual cooking classes. And guess what? It's
Yes.
for me to do virtual cooking classes. If you're in the store and you like, Fee, I want to cook this. This is what I do for folks. It costs me nothing to tell you, okay, well, get this off the shelf, that, and then you can make this. And then I can turn your one meal into 4 meals if you want from that one thing you cook at night. So I share information. That's what I'm about, sharing. Sharing is caring.
Yes, it is. Could you repeat that phone number for me one more time?
214-335-2841.
28. Okay, I'm going to post that. All right. So, guys, and that cooking, before we leave, I want to tap on that because I saw that you actually just hosted an event with 100 Black women.
Yes, we did. I think we did a cooking class for the mothers. It was like a mothers and daughters. Did a
Yes.
cooking project with them for their health awareness project. And co-chair Dr. Jatan, she's been great. And I was just honored they asked me. This is the second time I did something for their mentorship group before I was a part. Now I'm a co-sister. So before I actually joined the organization, I actually did one for their youth, for their mentoring group. So it took nothing for me to just take time to give them a recipe, them go to the grocery store, get their ingredients, and we cook together. You weren't just gonna sit there and watch me like this. You gonna cook along with me, because if you have questions, you can. And I have today, the Madam President actually cooks she actually cooked one of the recipes again in her home and showed me on a call. She was like, "Look, I made this," and I was grinning because people are still utilizing those recipes today.
Wow. And I wanted to get in, but it was something she was a basketball manager. So I wanted us to get in on the class, but she had a game. And I was like, dang, I can't go by myself.
Right, but then you could have, and then cardiac fits. I actually do that through the group that I'm actually a part of, being a patient for my health. I actually do it with them as well. They do cooking classes for the patients. And
Okay.
we have shenanigans, and we're gonna do a store sweep where I go in, and if they want to come to the store, we go shop together. Because I'm a part of the nutrition part there. that
Yeah.
program for that that group as well, that organization as well.
Yes, and Cardi Fit is actually a very nice organization that I mean business rather that helps you work out and do some things and get you
For
some
your
good
mind,
health.
body, and soul.
Everything and it I like it. I like it. Um is it anything else that we need to know about fee or anything else that you got going on you want to share before we
It's a
leave?
lot. I'm doing my modeling. I am going to a big expo in June for 4 days. I'm doing an expo in June for my modeling. I have been doing, which I'll be hitting Jeanette up for some coaching on the. I'll be paid coaching on some acting, but I have had to do cold read last night, which I didn't. I just practiced a cold read in my head till I get my voice back. Monologues, I have to work on those, but there's some areas I do want to pursue for myself because sometimes you do for everybody else and
Yes.
sometimes you neglect self. So I don't have I always have don't have a bucket list. A bucket list is actually watch the movie The Bucket List. This is stuff they did before they died. They were planning their death. Mine is a life list. I've already
What?
completed one life list. Now I think I'm on my third life list. And on that list, I wanted to be a runway model, done all of it, but I wanted to do it the size I am now. So I'm doing the necessary classes. I've completed a lot of classes, and we're doing an expo where we'll be before so many agents and everything. So they said I'm good for prints. I've just been procrastinating because I haven't been able to post different things that require my voice. So once I get that posted, then my agent actually will, start putting me out for like local things, and I will be doing. I have done print modeling. I'm in a national magazine in England.
Okay.
For Crown. So I did. This face made it some places. Big eyes, about to be 53. I done made you some voices. Oh,
Looking good too.
yes, thank you. So I'm doing something for me. It's for me. It's not for nobody else. It's for me. It's something for me.
Good. I'm proud of you on that. And
Thank
definitely hit
you.
me up for anything you need with acting. Because, honey, my adult class, we had some shenanigans Monday and they was laughing so hard. I told her I was going to tell the kids, y'all did not make it through this test. They were like, don't tell them kids that.
I need to, I gotta I say I'm giving myself to May, the end of May, to be comfortable. So I'll be calling on you for, hiring you to be, I want to get in some of those classes for myself.
Okay.
So, you can't, if you don't ask for help and if you don't pay for it, if there's a price on it, oh yeah, let me throw that out there too. Never skimp on your prices for anybody. Always
Mm,
stand firm, know your worth. Know your
mm.
worth and stand firm on your worth and believe in yourself. Because once you start letting them chisel you down, you may as well not have started in the beginning. So know who you are and stand firm into who you will be. You got to see you out there in, the future you. You can't be the future you doing the past stuff. So ain't no
Mm.
sister hook them up. Ain't no such thing. Leave that stuff alone. And everybody that say affordable, if you want affordable, I'm gonna tell you what the affordable for your dipped strawberries. You go get you some Hershey chocolate and go buy you some strawberries yourself, and you just dip it up in there yourself. That's affordable. You do it yourself, but don't ever ask anybody to do anything that you wouldn't want them to ask you to do.
Wow. Wow. You know what? Um, that right there, you just spoke a word. You see, I have to take these glasses off. I'm about to just chunk them. Cause I'm like, what is she talking to me? I'm the interviewee. Is she talking? That was a word. And I'm so guilty of that. What you just
Don't.
said. I'm
I got my dollars. I don't shop like everybody else. So if you got a gift and a calling and yours is in this film and somebody needs what you have as an instructor, how
yeah,
dare I say, oh, can I get a hookup? You've been
yeah.
knowing me for a long time. Does that even sound right when you have this is a whole business, a
Wow.
whole business. Nobody should ever treat us and then you go to somebody else and you gonna pay them.
Right. You're right.
I
You're
get like Tyler
100%
Perry
right.
come and say he doing something. Everybody gonna be out there with that. How much is them coins? You gonna be collecting them calls. You gonna be pawning every purse you done bought with your home girl, trying to get to whatever he say he got. So when Jeanette say she got a class going on, it should not hurt you to go ahead and get them same coins, to go ahead and say, I need what you got, woman. Cause you produced a doggone a play that my character was in. And
And
I sat up there and still cry to this day every time I even see the clip of the girl up there practicing me. Okay.
yes,
So why not give honor where honor is due? This is your gift and your calling. I respect your talent. So yeah, I gotta learn how to read. I gotta learn how to read. So if I have to learn how to read and be bold before an audience, who else but the boldest woman across the DFW and beyond? Okay? And did my character get that that award, that church award?
yes,
Did she win?
she.
Had me crying on Facebook Live.
Yeah, she sure did win because of that role, baby. And she played that role. And
Exactly.
that was one of the funnest, even though it was a sad because of the things that I had to write about your past, things that happened. But because of how y'all see how she's acting, she's talking about the rise of a chain breaker stage play that I wrote for several women that lives were in it. That was one of the funnest between you and Casey Fox.
Baby, I got to see that again, baby. Somebody needed that. I should have had me a bootleg screening on that, because that mess right there, baby, you can't tell me nothing about them scenes right there with my part. And then she rocks you when she came to interview me. She did. It's something she got my character and scared me.
Wow.
When I got on stage, I was like, she really got me. Because she wasn't
down.
being still because I am antsy because I'm ADHD.
Right.
Nobody really knew. That's just me rocking to calm my mind. Nobody knew what it was. But
She
she
had you
got my
down.
character like, ugh. So who better to learn from than a woman who could write a script that depicts a portion of my story? How dare I go to somebody else?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And girl, I would love to have you and I will work you too.
I'm scared of you.
I'm good. Don't be. I have some that be scared. They be like, don't act like that.
Remember, we act alike. We act
in front of Tyler Perry. Look, I'm claiming it. You're gonna be in front of Tyler Perry now. You can't be acting like that. Tyler Medea been to sent you up out of there.
Come on, let's go. Both of you gotta come with me.
Yeah. I sure will. I sure will. Well, Speed, it has been a pleasure. Oh my God, such a joy talking to you tonight. You are our Black history, her story. I just love you so much, and I'm just so proud of everything that you are doing in your life, in the community. And it's just we gotta keep this thing going. We can't get tired. We can't get tired because people out here need us.
Right.
And I get a joy to see people like you, Sandra Green. Was it Sandra Green? Is that last Sandra with the backpack ministry?
Yeah, Brittany's backpacks.
Yes,
Pour me some Sandra.
yes. I just love watching all of you out here just doing this amazing work in this community. So I just want to commend you on such an amazing job, on such just an awesome personality all the way around. And I'm proud of you, celebrity, out here doing that celebrity thing with all them Dallas Cowboys. And I'm gonna find out what Mama called him, and I'm gonna text
Oh,
him.
please, because I'm a show him. I show him. They when I say it's just a blessing, just let me know, because I do pass messages. That's priceless to him. That's priceless to him.
Yes. Well, we want to thank you so much again for joining us, and you have a blessed night. And we won't be away from each other long. We'll be back.
Oh yeah, I'm signing up. Just give me a link. Send me a link.
Gotcha. All right. Good night, lady.
Nice. Take care.
All right. Everybody, yes, that was Chef Fee. Oh my God, y'all. She is just so amazing. Um, just a beautiful personality. And I like her because what you see is what you get. Like that song say, what you see is what you get. See, some of y'all too young. Y'all don't know none of that. Uh, but I'm just excited from her everything she's doing. Um, I just it's just amazing to be able to have people around like that that just don't mind don't mind giving, don't mind giving back. Oh my God. So guys, we have other guests that are coming in. They're having a little technical difficulties trying to get in. So I'm going to actually get ready to show the clip. But before I do that, we have Marcus Brown, and they're going to be coming on in just a little bit to talk about this amazing project that that is coming to Dallas. They're actually from Oklahoma. And they've written a film and they've actually gotten awards and got some selections and things like this in film festivals. But it's called, let me make sure I'm reading this right. It is called, you know what? Why am I reading? Hold on, guys. I'll be working hard on my stuff. Just a second. Let me remove me for just a second and let y'all see this. Hold on. Is Black Wall Street burning the director's cut? And these these young men actually invited Ladies in Film and Television. They hit us up on our Facebook. They hit us up on our Facebook, and it was such um, uh, a beautiful thing. You know, they were down in Oklahoma, and they were trying to. They invited us to come out to their black carpet, to see the movie. At the time, I was not traveling or able to travel. I had something I couldn't go, but we had two of our membership chair and our board secretary. They went and down to Oklahoma to the event, and they came back telling us how amazing this film is. It has to do with the Greenwood Black Wall Street, um, of true events. It has true events in it, and they was like, "Oh my God, y'all! This movie is just amazing." And I'm super excited about getting them on and here to talk about the film and everything. So give me just 1 second, y'all, because they got some issues going on. But I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the clip, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna show y'all the trailer. So hold on. Okay, everybody. I think we got everything fixed. So thank you so much for your patience. They are actually getting everything set up, so they should be popping in just a moment. Had a little technical difficulties, but we got everything straight now. So we are excited. If you got a chance to see that trailer, um, oh my God, I just can't wait to see this. Let me just let you guys know while they're logging in. You can actually purchase tickets still. It will be here in Dallas, Texas. You can still purchase tickets by visiting our link. You can actually get the link, the ticket link from our webpage, which is www.ladiesinfilm.com. Again, that's www.ladiesinfilm.com. So log on over there and get you some tickets so that you'll be able to come out. Uh, we have media coverage that's going to be out of this world that are going to be there that have already been confirmed. It is a black carpet event. It is a formal event. It's a formal event, and it's going to be in Dallas, Texas. So we definitely want you to purchase the ticket. So run on over to www.ladiesinfilm.com where you can go ahead and get your tickets to the event. And it starts at 6, the black carpet. And we have media that's going to be there. So we are encouraging you to bring the kids out, bring your family out so that you can definitely enjoy this new movie. And again, it's about true events that happen in Oklahoma and Greenwood. So those of you that heard about this or read about it in history, this movie is depicting a lot of those events that happened, and they are coming all the way from Oklahoma um, over here to Texas, in Dallas, Texas, actually to bring their film and to share it with us. So we are encouraging you guys to support our industry, independent filmmakers. We need your support. We need you to purchase tickets. We need you to show up to our things and just to show that love. So Dallas, come on out. Fort Worth, come on out and let's show them some love and show them, how we do it in D-Town and Funky Town. Okay? So looks like we got somebody backstage, y'all, because I know y'all tired of me talking because I can talk. So I'm going to go ahead and bring one of our guests up. So let me go ahead and grab his bio. Marcus Brown. He's actually from Long Branch, New Jersey, and he's an army brat. Been all over the country, and they eventually came to Oklahoma and settled on down in Oklahoma. He actually started out in film. It looks like 2015. So I don't want to give away too much because I got some questions that I want to ask them. Y'all see, I'm still old. I write everything down. Look at all that. So I got a lot of questions that I want to ask. So I'm super excited. Without further ado, guys, I'm gonna bring Marcus Brown up.
Hello, hello, hello.
We got you in. Look, he was like, I was here, but I was in the audience
Yeah,
listening. But
yeah.
that's okay. You showed up, but we got you in the right place. We apologize for that, but
Oh,
we are excited that you're here. How are you doing?
all right. How are you?
I am wonderful. I am wonderful. So when are you going to be making it into town, or are you already here?
No. We'll be leaving about 11 a.m. tomorrow. So we should get there about 2 p.m.
Okay, okay. Well, tell everybody. I mean, tell everybody about you and what made you decide to get into film.
Okay. Well, as my bio said, I'm Army brat. My mother, grandmother, grandfather, uncles, cousins, everybody's military. This is what we grew up with. So yeah, I've been all over the place growing up. New York, New Jersey, Chicago, uh, Rock Island, Illinois. I was in Hobart, Oklahoma, Ardmore, Oklahoma. We were everywhere. And what with film, since I was a little kid, my dad, our bonding thing is movies. So he took me to see Howard the Duck in movie theaters. I think it was like 1986. So I'm dating myself a little bit, but we went to see that, and when I saw Howard the Duck, I was like, I want to make movies. I just want to make movies. But at that time, it wasn't internet and all those things. So when I found out how much college I had to do and all that, I was like, okay, I don't want to make movies. I'm gonna figure something else out because this is a lot. So when my mother finally settled us in Oklahoma, we settled in Ardmore. That's where I met my wife. When I joined the Army myself, and we moved to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I went to Iraq for a year and a half. I got hurt in Iraq, came back to the States, and I retired from the military. And then when I got tired of sitting in retirement, I was on a fast at church, actually. And I go to church with the Coven. So I came to him and I was like, hey, man, God's telling me to just talk to you about starting a business. I don't know what we're going to do, but he just said, talk to you. And the Coven was like, man, he told me the same thing. And I've always wanted to make movies. I was like, well, me too. And, he's a real estate guy. I was retired. So our time is our own. And we just put all our money, all our effort, all our resources into starting our own company. And we did a short film called Her, showed it to all our friends and family at church, just because we didn't think we were that good. And they were like, y'all are great. That was so good. And then the Coleman was like, let's make a Black Wall Street movie because there isn't one, And I was like, no, I don't think we should. That's huge. That's a big undertaking. But we did it anyway. And it's been very, the feedback we've been getting and how big it got, it really blows our minds to this day.
Wow. I mean, I can't wait to see it. I want to personally thank you again for inviting Ladies in Film and Television out for your screening in Oklahoma. I got great reviews on it from the ladies that came back. They say they had such a good time. Y'all showed them great hospitality, and they wanted it back here. And I see it, and it's here. And so we are excited to be able to get out tomorrow and check the film out. Now, I'm an independent filmmaker, so I get it. When I stepped out here in the industry about 13 years ago, I knew nothing as well. I got degrees, but none of them are in film. So I'm like, okay. But it was something that I always wanted to do. And being a Black artist, did you say what? Now, what did you say about 1986?
That's when I saw Howard the Duck for the first time.
Howard the Duck. How about I was graduating in 1986? Okay, graduating high school in 1986. So back then, when you say you want to be a filmmaker, I went to an all-Black school. It was almost like Cooley High for real. This is our version of Cooley High. Y'all out here don't know what Cooley High is. In our school, I went to Poly, baby. It was Cooley High in the making. But I was told, by my counselor, Black African American counselor, that you may not want to do that. It's not a lot of us. You're not gonna make no money. And and she said that based on what was happening in 1986. It wasn't a lot of us, if any, that were producing film and that were being successful, making big money. We had actors, but we weren't making the money. So she kind of discouraged me and said, girl, go teach school or go to business school or do something, but don't you be talking about no film. So I did exactly what she told me to do. And but it wasn't, I'm grateful. I have a bachelor's in marketing and I have a master's degree in adult education. So it works. I use it. I'm teaching acting. I have my own business. So they both work for me, but that is not what I wanted to do. So I get it. I just stepped out here and much like yourself, start producing and writing and putting stuff out there and people start liking it. So we have struggles. What was your biggest struggle?
The biggest struggle making this film would be going 100 years back in time.
Oh my God.
That's on a $5,000 budget. So that was difficult. So everything we shot had to be in tight windows. You couldn't have a lot of motion because you have Ford F-150s and all these up-to-date cars, or the storefronts don't look old enough, or people are walking around drinking Gatorades and all this crazy stuff. So we were the main reason we shot with the black bars because we were hiding so many things.
Okay.
Like we
I
have a
get
scene,
it.
and we have a scene in the park where our main couple is walking and talking, but right over their heads, if the black bars weren't there, you'd see apartments in the in the distance. So it was so many things that would be the most difficult. And also, we had some people, asking us why are we bringing this up? Why are we making this film? Can't we just let it die? And we were just like, no, like it's easier for people of other skin tones to say certain things, but for us, this has been buried for 100 years. The Coven didn't even know about it until he was in college, so
Wow.
he was graduated Langston University, and he was just walking by a stand during Black History Month, and he saw it, and then he
Wow.
for a film, and there wasn't one. So for us, this was huge because even to this day, right now, Black Wall Street Burning is still the first and only full-length feature film about the massacre that happened in Greenwood, Tulsa. So this still isn't something Hollywood's even touching. And
Wow.
big thing with us was this was funded by Oklahomans. The only person in this whole movie that either acted in it or worked on it that's not from Oklahoma is me.
Wow.
And I've actually lived here for 20 years, so I'm an Oklahoman.
Okay, I was gonna say you're an Oklahomian now.
Right. So, the movie's so special because, if Hollywood makes one, that's fine. I know they did like Watchmen, they had a little couple seconds of it and stuff, and that's fine. But here it means more because like the Coven and I, we're both descendants. My mother married a descendant of Greenwood, and his grandparents went through the massacre and survived. And then the Coven's wife's great great grandmother survived. And then
Wow. So he had family.
right, we both did. So
Oh, okay.
his wife's great great grandmother actually had a heart attack a week after the massacre because they burned down everything she had, and that pain just got to her. So for him and I, this is so personal for us because this is family.
Right.
And we had a guy tell us like, we're making this movie. What about all this money we're making? Why aren't we giving back to the survivors or giving back to their families? And we're like, we're both families of survivors, so we are
Right.
giving back. Like we're not just people who just made a movie. Like it really means something to us. This is family here. We actually talked to people. We researched a lot. We read a lot. It wasn't just something we threw together. This was really important to us because of the fact that it's never been told. So
Right.
we don't want anybody to come into this thinking, oh, we just threw this together. When you watch this movie, you will not think $10,000 was spent because we spent $5,000 to make the original, another $5,000 to make the director's cut.
Wow.
But this film is near and dear. You will be shocked, you will be hurt, you will be you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll go through the 5 stages of grief, you'll do the whole thing. It truly is an experience, but also it's big to bring people together. I've seen blacks and whites hugging after the film, crying on each other's shoulders. My kids asked a lot of questions. We had whole classes come to the theater when we were in Harkins, so it's causing conversation, and that's what's most important. This film should be your starting point to the history.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. And I can only imagine, like you say, um, trying to go back in history and you need all these different props 100 years ago. And props, if you don't have them, can be expensive if you try to go and purchase or rent them.
Yeah.
And things like that. So wow, that is amazing. I mean, I just saw the trailer and I was blown away with that alone when I saw it. So, and you just pretty much told everybody in the audience what to expect. And guys, we go ahead and share this live. We want to get people on. If you got any questions about it, we can't give you answer too many because if you come tomorrow, you'll be able to, they have a Q&A afterwards, right?
Excited about that. Yes.
You're excited about the Q&A. Yes, they have a Q&A. I actually got my grandkids. I'm bringing 4. There's 5 of us coming. And we bought tickets.
Yes.
Yes, we purchased. I support. Okay.
Okay.
I purchased, but I did purchase one I just bought today because I had to get an extra. But I did purchase when they was on that early bird special. The early birds catch the worms.
They do.
So, so y'all, please get out and support this film. Support these artists. They have come all the way to Dallas It is Black History Month. And we always say we need to support each other. Do it. Y'all do it. Go to www.ladiesandfilm.com. We got their link on our page. So you can go there and purchase your tickets. Show up and let's show out. We have a ton of media that's showing up. So we need all of you to come right on up there, get on the black carpet. It's from what I understand, it's formal attire.
Yes, it is. It is. Think Harlem Nights. That's what we're looking for.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I like to dress up too. So
We all
so dress up. Come on out. It's on a Thursday night. A nice facility that is going to be hosted at. People are still purchasing tickets, so we want you to get your tickets before they sell out. So don't wait till the last minute. Go buy those tickets. Now,
get your tickets.
back to you, Marcus. You know, I have to do my little sales. That's the marketing side of me.
What do you think? I'm here. I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
That's the marketing side. But what is this industry is rough. It's
It is.
rough. You gotta love it to stay in it.
Nah,
You gotta love it to stay in it. What is your motivation to remain in this industry? What is your motivation?
My motivation is legacy for me. So I've been married 17 years. We have 12 children. We have 8 grandchildren. So it's all about legacy. The Bible says that a man should have a 3-generation mindset. So for me, that's what I'm always thinking of. What will my kids' think? So this is something that can't be wiped away, taken away. You know, we pay the MPAA to rate it. So this is a real film, not just, under the table film. So for me, legacy will always be big because I want my family and even, little black boys and girls coming up now to see that you can do more than shoot a ball. You can do more than sing or rap. We have so much talent that's untapped, and we don't always have to beg for a seat at tables. Here at Notice, we built our own table. So like we were talking to somebody on another set of a film we were doing, and they were like, we just want to get it right because we don't want the writers to get upset. And DeCoven and I are like, well, we're the writers, directors, producers. We own the studio. Like, if we say it's okay, then that's across the board. It's okay because we run everything. And that's, to me, that's what real black ownership is. We don't need to be asking, because there was a time where we had our own. We were running everything.
Yes.
And we need to get back to that and stop sitting back and just waiting all the time, waiting for someone to give us something. You want to make a film, you can do it on your phone nowadays. Pick something up, film something, and hope the right person sees it. But if they don't, start your own stuff. So that's what I want to leave for somebody. When I'm not here anymore, I just want people to remember that my biggest thing was, I got my family straight, and then I lived my dream. I didn't drag my family to my dream and make them suffer, while I was trying. What I did, I got them straight. I worked, retired, my family's good, and now I'm living my dream. Because if you're doing it God's way, there's no way He won't take care of you where you're not going to be able to do what you want to do. But you have to be open enough to listen to what He's saying and be willing to follow the instructions of the Lord. Because if you don't, you're always going to fail.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. And we have to piggyback on what you said, we have to stop waiting on people to approve us, right?
Yep.
Why do we have to get approval? And unfortunately, we had, the slave mentality. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but it is. Mm-hmm. We had to get approval. That's generational. It's passed down. It's passed down. And we have to definitely get out of that mindset to know to express that we don't have to wait. We don't have to get approval. If I want to become a filmmaker, then no, I may have not gone to the finest film schools or whatever, but baby, YouTube is the best film school you could ever go to.
That's where I got my degree from. So
YouTube University. Hello.
Yep. Got a master's, doctorate right there.
Yes. And then if for those of you that don't know, there's a no film school out there. backstage, I'll be everywhere. If you want to learn some stuff, you can learn some stuff.
Yep.
And then network. Get with people that can actually help you get to where you want to go. And people that are not just here trying to drain you, that really got your back. Just what we was talking with Chef Fee earlier about. You want to talk to people that be with people that are really going to support you. And we're really excited again about having you guys come here. Um, what advice would you give to a new filmmaker, that's somebody that's thinking about it and felt like you and I, we didn't know what we were doing? What advice would you give them?
Shoot something. You want to make something, make it. Write something, shoot it. Doesn't have to be an hour and a half. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 2 minutes. Shoot something. Always shoot something. Just keep going because you're always going to get better. So, always be shooting. Always be shooting. That's my biggest and my best advice I can give. Shoot something. Always be shooting, writing, preparing. Just stay in it because that's the only way you're going to get better. Athletes get so good because they're always working. They're always practicing. That's the same way with film. And also, stop trying to be the next Steven Spielberg, the next Spike Lee, the next Tyler Perry. Be the first Jew. The first Jew. I'm big on that. There's no other filmmakers like Coben and I. We are a two-headed dragon is how we see it. We do it like people. We've been compared to the Wachowskis by somebody, and it's like, no, I get their brother. Well, they're sisters now, but I get they do movies together, but they're not us. Because we shoot things our way, the way we want. They shoot things their way, the way they want.
Exactly.
So let's stop trying to copycat. I think that's what's wrong with Hollywood today. Everything is a regurgitation of when I was a kid, or even when you were a kid. I'm waiting for good times to come back, honestly. So it's they like with Fresh Prince coming back and all these, like they just redoing everything. They turned I can't remember, Wonder Years. Now it's black. So we're supposed to watch it because they remade the white show for something for us, and it's like we had the Wonder Years already. We have Family Matters. Same thing.
Right.
So there's no more originality. So there's your niche right there. Be original.
Exactly.
And as long as you're original, no one can touch you. So just get out there, shoot something from your mind because no one has a mind like you.
Right. I love it. I love it. And you are so right. It's so much copycatting going on out here, but it's so many different stories, so many things, content that is just waiting for us to just throw it out there. And it's nothing never too big or too small, like you said. Just put it out there. Enter some film festivals. A lot of people do things and I don't care if it's a small film festival, first time film festival, or 30-year film festival. Enter some film festivals because every festival, especially if you're selected, your movie is going to screen. And it may screen in front of 30 people. It may screen in front of 10,000 people. All you want to know is somebody is watching my film. And definitely when I've been in some, and I've actually won more film festivals internationally than I've won in America.
Us as well.
So my stuff is streaming overseas, and people been loving this crazy stuff I've been writing. So
Black It's been seen in 18 countries. So
exactly. So it's not about what you know. It's about what you're gonna do with what you know.
Exactly.
And get out there and like you say, do it. Enter it. Don't just sit on it. Get out there and actually let other people look at it. And even if they like it, yay. If they don't like it, yay.
Even if they don't. I mean, here's my biggest thing for anybody listening who's a filmmaker. If someone watches your film and they say they don't like it, don't get offended. Just say, what didn't you like about it? Because most people won't be able to articulate what they don't like. They just don't like your film. And they can't tell you why. Ignore that. But that one person, that second person, whoever who can articulate exactly what they don't like, that's what you have a dialogue with. Because that's how you get better.
Right.
So never get offended. Look at every negative comment as a chance to get better, a chance to grow. Fail your way to the top. If you keep trying to think you're going to come out and be amazing, get that out your head. Fail your way to the top. All the way to the top. I don't like the way you didn't have a lot of camera motion. Cool. Next movie, we need to add more motion. Somebody says, well, it was too much motion. So let's dial it back a bit. Like you use people who can critique correctly to get yourself better.
Right. Oh man, that's good. That is good. Because it's hard to take criticism, but when you have somebody that that just want to criticize, then whatever. But like you say, if they're able to say, "Well, Jeanette, you," and when I started out, oh man, I wrote too much dialogue. They was like, "You don't write that much dialogue in film," because I went from theater to film. And
Okay.
they was like, yeah. So I started in theater, and they was like, that is too much dialogue. That film gonna be 50 million minutes long. To no, And I had somebody that they told me that, and I didn't get upset. I was like, oh really? Okay, well let me cut it back. Now shoot, they barely getting some words. No.
It's a big sign of maturity. How mature are you, and then how willing are you to grow?
Exactly. Exactly. So we gotta get that feedback back, and we want it, because that's the only way we are gonna grow, like you said, is if we get the feedback. Tell us how we can contact you on your social media. What else do you got going on? I know we got this tomorrow, but what else is happening with this film, or do you got something else? Just tell us whatever you want to share with us.
Okay, so with Notice, we're always working. So we're currently shooting 3 short films back to back to back, all 30 minutes each, and we're going to do another premiere in April here in Oklahoma, and we're going to premiere all 3 films, and but we're putting them up against each other. So it's going to be an interactive experience with everyone in the theater. We're going to give them a card to scan, and you pick the movie that you would like to see turned into a feature. And whichever film wins, we've already written all 3 of them out as features, but whichever one wins, that's the one we're going to film fully. So those 3 are coming up. And also, we're working on Black Wall Street, the series. We already have the first season written. And with Black Wall Street, the series, that focuses on before the massacre, years before the massacre, when Black Wall Street was growing and getting big, just to show the majesty and the togetherness, and the fact that they say a dollar bill would pass between 19 hands before it would even leave Greenwood, just showing what it was before the destruction. So when we've already written that, we're just trying to get funding for that. I've written another film, an action movie that's supposed to be pretty big, so we need like $1 million to film that one because I blow a lot of stuff up. But we're trying to get funding for that. But we're always working. We're never sitting stagnant. We're working on it's called the Notice Kids Film Adventure with kids from our church, teaching them about film and just trying to grow them. We're working on trying to get our own sound stage together so we can start teaching young African Americans how to do this. So they
Wow.
won't spend all this money going to school. You can come with us, work on our sets, do whatever, or just sit and just learn. So we're working
Wow.
with that as well. But for your other question, to find us, it's just Notice Studios, everything, everywhere. NoticeStudios.com. We have a casting portal on there. When anything we're ever casting for, you click that, you can see what we're casting for, pick something to send it to us. So you go to NoticeStudios.com. You can find us on Facebook with Notice Studios. Find us on Twitter, Notice Studios. We are everywhere. Just if you just Google Notice Studios, you will find everything out about us. We are Google worthy finally. So you can find us that way. Myself, I'm Marcus E. Brown on Facebook. I'm the only one. When you type that E in there, you'll find me. And DeCoven is DeCoven Riggins. So
Oh,
we are out here, and we are not. We do not have the big head. Say it that way. So if you want to just speak to us, you can speak to us. We're always approachable. If you have questions, we'll always answer it. We believe in being humble, because when you get cocky, that's when things fall apart. So
got it.
if you see me on the street, throw a brother some dap and let's have a conversation. Like we're regular people. Say it that way.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I just want to tell you thank you so much for joining us tomorrow. I think it's going to be a great day,
Can't wait.
and I know it's going to be just a wonderful experience for everybody. This is Black History Month, and we're going to continue to push, make sure we get the word out to many people. I've been messaging, inboxing people. A lot of people didn't even know, because sometimes when you put things on your social media, everybody's not on there looking at your stuff. So I'm gonna text you and I'm gonna message you. They're like, "Oh, thank you, I didn't know." So hopefully we'll get everybody out there. We can just meet up and just have a good time and just talk and just chop it up. So I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate you connecting with us. Now we family now, so
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
appreciate that. And I look forward to just seeing you all, and having everybody else come out and and shedding some Black history. Sharon,
Yes,
let
ma'am.
me ask you one other question.
Oh yeah.
Now, the Greenwood, was it a family Greenwood? Because you know my last name Greenwood. I'm like, was it some Greenwoods down there? How did it get the town was named Greenwood?
So O.W. Gurley is the one who bought the land. He bought the 40 acres, and Greenwood is in Mississippi, I believe, where he's from, and he named the
Oh,
town after where he's from.
okay. That is what it was. Because I'm like, well, what is this? Is some Greenwoods? Did we got some family down
Yeah.
there?
So you like, hey, somebody owe me some money around here. But
I
he,
was wondering where how did it get the name of so that makes sense. So that's where he was from. So he named it after where he was from.
correct.
Wow. Okay. See, I just learned something new. All this time, I think was it some Greenwoods down there? Because normally a town is named after some people.
True.
Sometimes. So I thought that. So yeah, good.
And that's why we tell everybody to go to Greenwood. They have monuments up there, things you can read, because it went from 40 square blocks to 1 block.
Wow.
So yeah, it's only 1 block now. But they it's alive down there though. They have the museum down there now. There's a lot. So I recommend everybody, if you get a chance, go to Greenwood in Tulsa. It's
I plan on coming and bringing the kids so we can actually go experience it and just. I know it's probably kind of sad just because the thought of what they did is like, oh my God, and but we got to get back there, and I see, especially this younger generation.
they're doing it. They are.
Oh yeah, they're not playing. They're not playing. I love it. They're not playing. So I'm enjoying it. So
Yes.
I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and we thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank
And
you.
you have a good night. We see you tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow.
All righty.
All right.
Thank you. All right, everybody. We're getting ready to close out. We thank you so much for joining us tonight. Remember, you can log on to www.ladiesandfilm.com. Go ahead and purchase your tickets. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow. So peace out. Thank y'all so much for joining us. And happy Black History Month. Join us next week. We got some more guests. I will be putting the flyers out, and you'll get a chance to see who's coming and who we're going to talk to. Thank y'all again. Y'all enjoy your night and be blessed.